This is Don Stewart, the artist at ArtistChronicle.com. I'm at Jillian Webb studio, and Jillian, you're going to do what for me today?
We're going to help Don here loosen up and paint wild.
Wild, okay.
Yeah.
Is that how you describe your style?
If someone watched me paint, they'd probably call it wild compared to a more realistic approach. Because we're just going to go with it. We're going to start with pick a color, make a mark, and we're going to go from there. See the palette I've got laid out? It's just a couple of primary colors and a white. And usually I'll have 2 reds, 2 blues, and 2 yellows, but I just figured we'd start with this and we'll just go play with it and go. I just kind of wing it.
So what we're starting with is this blank canvas here.
Right.
And you know that I don't wing anything.
Okay.
So this
exactly. If this was his canvas at home, he'd probably have it with grids and everything like
well, because
perfectly.
here's what I do. I have an idea, and then I figure out how to achieve the idea. I do a thumbnail sketch. If I need objects or people or whatever, so I'll set that up, do a still life. I'm doing a still life, and then I will do a drawing from that, then I'll transfer the drawing to the canvas.
Right.
So it's all thought out. In other words, when I do a painting, I know what I'm going to do before I start.
Right.
You, on the other hand,
I may know what color palette we're going to use, or I'm going to use before I start, or a feeling, an emotion that I kind of want the painting to be either happy or a neutral painting.
a feeling or emotion. So what's your feeling or emotion today, Jillian?
I have to say we're going to be messy.
Okay,
messy. I want Don to be messy as possible.
Okay, tell me what the first mark should be.
We're going to use my lucky brush for the first mark. I like to paint really wet to begin with, and then I build up the thickness and the layers generally. So which color do you think you want to make your first mark with?
Color, I'm in a...
It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want. And we're just going to make a big mark on the canvas, however you want. Okay. There we go. It is no longer a simple plain white canvas. And now we're just going to work from there. Add water to the brush.
You want to do the next mark?
We'll just alternate.
Okay, let's alternate. That's a good idea.
It's going to be more of a salmon-y color. I'm going to turn it over to Don, and I'm going to add things as he's painting for him to react to. We'll just see how it goes. It might seem to some people that when you're looking at abstract painting, someone just threw the colors on there, but really, no matter how fast you're picking them, you're consciously making a decision of which color you're going to go with and where you're going to make the mark. It's going to get muddy, but I think sometimes the muddiness is just gorgeous. I'm not going to let you control it. It's going to control you.
I am controlling it. Can you tell there's a thought process?
Every now and then, yeah. That's pretty much how I'm going to have to teach you to do this. Just completely kind of interrupt your thought process. It's going to work, though. See how fun it is?
That's pretty.
It's so much fun, and it's not stressful. You don't have to worry about making a mistake.
I guess there are no mistakes.
Nope. Only decisions to be made. At this point, I would just kind of go in, thicken up even the areas that are kind of bare, like where there's white on the canvas. You can kind of leave some of the white if you really want right there.
No, I don't like the white there now.
But we're just going to kind of make marks. See all these drips? You don't want the canvas to just be swamped with it. You have to decide which ones to leave and where to kind of add and take away. If you just leave the drips all the way down, it almost looks like, well, it just dripped there. But then when you interact with them and you change them, it's part of the canvas. It becomes purposeful. I really like this white and orange there, so I'm not going to take all of that away. And it just kind of gives that texture and depth when you start really messing with it.
Let's turn it this way.
Right, vertical.
And now at this point you would be figuring out what you like and what you don't like?
I really like the texture and color differences in this probably 6-inch.
I do too. I love that.
Here.
I love that orange and that blue, and it's very, like you
really
said,
nice.
vibrant.
I like white. I like to go take out all the white and then go back in and add white. It really mixes nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I leave it thick. This is where sometimes I'll be a little bit more purposeful when I'm using the thick paint. And then I might just messy it up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
Alright, so this is starting to make a little bit more of a texture difference. Kind of like down here where there's so much texture and sharp colors. This kind of brightens up this muddy area like that.
It sure does.
I might leave this white real thick right here.
Okay.
I like to have a very diverse texture on so I might add little ridges or something. So what do you want to go from here?
Since we both agree that we like this part down here,
right,
I would get just that color, and then just put that throughout and see how that goes.
This is really what we love.
Mm-hmm.
We should turn it back again, like a horizontal. We're going to hit it with the palette knife, and we're going to go straight out of the tube. That keeps it bright and thick and interesting. We're going to get it on there, and then we're going to mix it on the canvas. I'm just going to add it in a couple of spots. I think I'm going to put this one down here. See, I use a lot of paint when I'm painting this big.
Blue against orange, so blue against orange here.
And we're just going to mix them kind of. Oh, I like that bottom mark.
Which one?
This,
oh, that's cool.
With all of this going on, I kind of feel like we should add just a little bit over here to make it kind of the whole painting instead of just one half. It has to look like a one painting and not a couple different paintings stuck together, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Adding the white over here helps.
Sure does. It breaks it up.
And we're just going to add a little bit of it over here too. It's so freeing, isn't it? How do you feel?
No.
How do you feel?
I don't feel free right now.
No?
No. I don't know exactly what it does make me feel at this point, but it is kind of... There's a lot going on. It's just,
right.
It's sort of disturbing to me because some parts are pleasing, but there are less parts that are pleasing to me than are disturbing. Maybe the artist part takes over where you decide, okay, I want to do my yin and yang thing, or do I want to take what I've started with and make it look better? Is that abstract thinking at all? Am I thinking wrong? Am I being too structured again?
I think that's where just people's personal taste comes in. For me, I like the tension and the mess. That's just how I am in my paintings. That's how they are. It's not calm at all, but there's just enough in it that's kind of soft and smooth in it to make it so it's not overwhelming to me. But for you, as an abstract painter, you might just want to go in and yours might be a lot more just pleasing to look at, pleasant,
calming, soothing.
Right, that could be you. Feels like a dance or like a party to me.
Say that again, Jillian.
I love it. It's awesome. It might not be what you would have painted, and that might be why you have some issues not knowing if it's done or not. But if you look at it for a couple of days, a week or two, if you like it more, then you know it's probably done. If you like it less and less and less, you know you need to work on it some more. So that's how we go about that. Woohoo!
All right, this is it. Let's see it.
Don Stewart and Jillian Webb.
Don Stewart and Jillian Webb.
I love it.